changed the game. Defensively looking at it, we did have a few misfits that have been uncharacteristic of us. We've been really good there, so got to go back and get that corrected. But looking forward to the challenge this Saturday. I'm night game at home against a great opponent in Texas A&M. I'm excited about a great atmosphere. We've really fed off that. The two night games that we've had in the SEC here have been great, so looking forward to that. Should be a really good atmosphere and excited about the challenge.
All right, questions? Who wants to start us off?
Matt, after watching the film, I mean, any revelations about the quarterback position and how you guys will approach that this week?
No, it just we got two really good competitors that have very unique skill sets, and that's probably the difference. Is most people that have quarterbacks are similar. These guys have unique skill sets, and they're both competing. I was very impressed with how they fed off of each other and how unselfish they were, pulling for each other on the sideline. I think that impressed the guys on the sideline as well. So I think that's unique. But I've been proud of them with the way not only they've been competing against each other, but also pulling for each other.
I know you talk a lot about trying to win this week, trying to get better this week. Do you tell your players anything different this week about the importance of this game, or is it kind of same as?
No, let's go try to find a way to win this game. That's the important. And obviously, you have a long-term perspective about building the program and getting to where you want, but you have to have a short-term focus and trying to find a way to win this week. Guys like Benito and Austrian and Alex Gibbons, you owe it to those guys. And again, I think that's what you try to do every week, and that's the challenge of this conference. Hey, let's go find a way to beat Texas A&M this week.
Matt, Elijah Moore is leading the team with 44 catches. The next closest guy, 9 receptions. What has to happen to get more of those receivers involved in offense?
Yeah, I think just taking advantage of some of those the deep balls and maybe taking some of the hitches underneath. We had a couple of Drummond, and just taking some of those hitches when they're open, the open access throws, and then obviously making the plays down the field. We missed a couple of deep balls and deep opportunities that we could potentially make.
Matt, after the game, John Rice thought that rotating the quarterbacks on the same possessions very quickly, almost play after play, that created some confusion for Missouri. Did you sense that?
Well, I think they have to play them totally different. So I don't know if confusion is the word, but it is a whole different set of problems that a defense has to worry about.
Is that something that we might see moving forward?
Yeah, based on game plan, for sure. If we think it gives us the best chance to win the game, we'll do it. I don't think anything is out of the question, but it'll be based on game plan and what we feel gives us the best chance to win.
When you talk about improvement, getting better each week, are you seeing strides in coverage in the secondary and limiting big plays down there?
Yeah, I think there's always things that you could correct, but we are getting better. I think there were some misfits in the run game that you haven't been seeing. That's really what showed up. But I think we are continuing to get better, especially with those freshmen. And you see, Finley and Stanley, and they're playing as freshmen, and Prince. Those guys are continuing to get better for sure.
Now, what are the plans at the end and linebacker with Tarikas and Jaquez having to sit out the first half?
Yeah, you just got to step up. It's no different than an ankle injury or anything else. But I think the next man up. You got to step up and hopefully make it through that first half, and they'll come in fresh in the second half.
Who are some of the next men up?
Well, I mean, you got what you got. There is no. You don't get to pull anybody else up. You just got the next guy's got to step up. KD Hill's got to step up inside. You may move, Josiah or Benito to 4-eye something. I mean, you can. Those three D linemen are interchangeable, so I think we do have some flexibility there.
Is Ryder getting closer at all, or is he still
No, he'll be out for a while.
Just looking forward to this weekend. What have you kind of seen from Texas A&M? What did they do well? What are you guys trying to attack with them?
Defensively, that's where I spent most of my time watching. They're very, very good inside. Matabuke and Brown, they're very physical, fast twitch inside. Very good at linebacker. They're long in the secondary, really long. And then offensively, they got several good receivers. And then Mond is an experienced quarterback. He can hurt you with his legs and he can throw it. So it's a huge challenge on both sides of the ball.
It seemed like we saw less rotation on the offensive line against Missouri. Where are you guys with Jalen Cunningham and just the rotation in general?
Yeah, if right now we're moving Ben Brown into center some and Jalen in the left guard, and for as far as that rotation goes, so you can see some of that. And then Nick Broker's, you know, playing time is going up, you know, at left tackle as he continues to improve and get better.
Questions?
Any injuries from Saturday?
Pretty healthy, coming out. You know, Sam, you know, hurt his elbow, but he came back and played. Jay Stanley and Benito both had minor injuries, but they both were fine yesterday. So pretty healthy coming out, with the exception of you got the two guys that are sitting in the first half. That's probably the biggest issue moving forward.
Does Mon have a similar game as Kelly Bryant?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar. I mean, they are, I mean, he's good enough to run it, and they have design quarterback run. That's the difference, is he's good enough to run it, and they have design quarterback runs. It's not just scrambling or zone read. There's some quarterback powers and some quarterback counters where it's schemed up for him to run the football. And then when you have a guy that can do that as well as throw it, it presents challenges.
Questions?
On the offensive line, Matt, how much did y'all use Ben at center in the game? It seemed like every time I looked that Eli was there.
Yeah, not much. Maybe not at all.
Okay.
I don't think. So Eli played the whole game.
Anything else for Coach Luke? All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Well, coordinators in next.